as hers. Maybe Carisha. We got a new update from CNN. Jane received any type of affection from Diddy with open arms. This is like remember whenever they got somebody in the Game of Thrones, Reek? I don't even remember his real last name. I'm so traumatized. They like basically like turned him into like he was one of them ones, House of something. And they did all kinds of stuff. They tortured him. They, cut off parts of his, and all that and stuff. And they basically just turned him into like this, like, I don't know, brainwash. I don't know what the word is for it. I think that's part of the issue is that like we haven't come together to like come up with the new word for it that doesn't have all this background baggage of stuff. Like, y'all know what I'm talking about? I have to know. I'm feeling like, am I losing my mind? Do y'all remember the Game of Thrones? Theon, Greyjoy, my girl. Yes. Okay. Right. Thank you. Okay. Doesn't this kind of remind you of that? Theon Greyjoy, like the names that are actually kind of freaking offensive, the marathon, like
So
physical
let me pause
torture.
this real quick. This Diddy trial is really interesting. Um, there was something that was interesting that happened on yesterday, and they had called out a porn site, and I was like, okay, well, let me mosey on over to the porn site. I did it so you guys wouldn't have to. Um, and then I discovered something. It was the porn site where Diddy and whoever he's doing a freak off with. I hope people. I see people in here, but I can't see my chat for some reason. It's the porn site where Diddy picks the men supposedly for are the people for the freak off. But when I went to the site that they called out during the trial, it allows you to get membership to one site or the group of sites. And so I moseyed and then went to see where the group of sites were. Right? So now I'm on a whole porn binge looking at different sites. And what I discovered was startling, to say the least. From the looks of things, there's this group of porn sites that I had never heard of before for sure. That the elites or people in power or whatever are maybe controlling. Um, so much so that they have like live porn scheduled in like the next 4 hours. You can see a live porn, and that's like on multiples of the sites, which I didn't even know that existed, right? So I noticed on the sites there were no black women and all black men. And it's like 7 or 8 of these sites. The one girl that looked like she could be black, I'm talking about me going through like 8 of these sites. The one girl that looked like she could possibly be black is so mixed. She is a ambiguous black girl, but you could tell she black because she got curly hair and her skin is a little bit darker. I mean, a little bit. I mean, not dark skin like me, but light skin dark, if that makes sense. So, but it's all these black men, like all types of black men, all types of niggers. And by the time I got to like the sixth website, I just had to take a screenshot of what I was witnessing, because these guys look like all types of guys, just like they're showing these men, and I might do another live tonight to really break this down and go into the spiritual implications of this stuff. When you see the males that they're showing in the trial, because they're showing pictures of the men that they fly in and out of these cities to do freakouts. Actually, they've only showed about 7 men. I think one of the more popular ones was Jonathan Oddie, because he did the shootout at the Trump Hotel, and then he said he was a sex slave for Diddy. Nobody really believed him, but now that this case is happening, they've brought his name up multiple times, and so everything he said ended up being true. But anyway, so they keep talking about the same few men over and over again during the trial. So that prompts you to go and, okay, they're showing the faces of these men. They're telling where these men are from. Like, 2 of the main guys is from Atlanta. They fly them in and out because these are the guys who Diddy want. And then some of the guys are from LA. But over and over again, they keep talking about these 2 main guys from Atlanta. So I'm just a little bit nosy. I'm in Atlanta, and I had never heard of these guys. I didn't even know these type of big dick demons were even here moseying around the city like this. So I further, that made me further go and research these websites that they're finding these men on. So I went to these websites, seen all these white, Asian, and Latino women. That's it. I'm talking about all these sites, hundreds of white, Asian, and Latino women, all black men. There's one of the sites is about marriage. One of the porn sites is about marriage. And so you get this white couple. So then the white men are introduced. You get the white man and the white wife, and then the white lady in her wedding dress getting slutted out by 5 black men. I kid you not. And then there's one of the on the last websites, then you get sprinkles of white men that are porn stars. But for the overall picture, black men, white, Asian, and Latino women, right? So now what you see is, so I go down to the bottom of the website and saw the copyright date was 2014. Or was I on the website, or did I do research? This has been featured on Forbes and all kind of stuff. So the first copyright was 2014 to 2025. So now we are back into the long hair, thick red bone era, where black men start, and especially the ones in the industry, started swiping their black girlfriends out and then gravitating to these Latino, white, Asian type women, right? But then instead of leaving these whores on the porn site, what they did was they started marrying them and being in relationships with them. So some of these faces on this site starts to look familiar. And I didn't even pay for the subscription, so I didn't even get to see all the girls in all the scenes. So what's happening is you're seeing these issues where these girls are on the stand, full whores, fully a hoe, taking the biggest dicks I've seen. Okay, and they taking 5 at a time, and they taking them back to back, and you can see their coochies because these websites aren't blurred out. Even if you don't pay for the subscription, you can see a lot of it. These girls' holes are gaping open, just like we seen the naked picture of Cassie with that big wolf pussy that she got. All of these ladies have the same huge coochies, the hugest coochies I've seen. And these girls are very skinny with these big black men with these huge meats. And they have stretched their holes to like absolute capacity. And somehow these girls are still ending up in positions where they're being taken care of and being wifed up. See, everybody got the game fucked up. Everybody. Diddy, everybody got the game fucked up. Everybody. And when I first heard Diddy was rubbing the guy's semen on him, it it brought something to my remembrance as it relates to the voodoo that a lot of women do, and that Santeria these Spanish women, Latino women be doing voodoo, right? Voodoo very different from hoodoo. See, hoodoo, we rely on our God, our ancestors for protection. It's something that was kind of rooted in the spirituality of plants and herb. When the white people came and stole it, they called it herbalism because they realized that these plants have healing qualities. And so then they kind of took hoodoo and changed it into something that it wasn't. And the herbs that work are now in the medical system, and the herbs that work, there are now synthesized versions of these synthetic versions of these herbs in pill forms, and they sell these to you in the medical system to keep you sicker so that you won't go back to the herbs. That being said, semen is more powerful than blood. I could do a whole show on just the semen being more powerful than blood. So you got all of these black men that you parading around these websites, around these white men in business suits bringing their wife to get slutted out, and it's a whole site that's just for that, just for the white men to bring their white wives and Asian wives to get slutted out by these BBCs. Now that you are doing this, and there is a session that happens after these black men ejaculate and go home, where they have this semen and they playing in this semen. What are they playing in the semen, or are they doing something else to the semen that is voodoo related? It takes me back to the big container full of dicks that they found. Cause see, if they were doing these freak offs all day, every day, then what this Cassie and Diddy shit, we're missing a lot of people. We're missing a lot of people. Cause you wasn't rotating these same 7, 8, 9 guys out for years. No, 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 no. So where are all the other guys? Where are the other black men? They look all different types of ways. So I'm going to show y'all a picture. Now, I have blurred out everything on this picture, but I'm just going to show y'all how the black men looked. Just to show y'all that it was a very much a variety of men. Look. Look at these niggas. These are just regular guys. Regular, daggerler, schmaggulers. And I have blurred everything out. But I screenshot this straight off the website. I screenshotted it straight off the website because I just could not. Typically, when you think about black porn stars, you think about thespians. You don't think about granddad. Any black man with a big... Oh, shit. I'm sorry, y'all. Wait. Oh, I got to put that back up. You got to go back up, sir. I was not done. I was... Where did my picture go? Here we go. Look, you can tell by his hands that he's at least 80. That's a 67-year-old hand, but the hair dyed. Look at this dude. And look at the girl, looking disgusted, looking busted. Look, she looked like this nigga breath stank. And what does this tattoo mean with the 5? With the star and the 5 on the inside. Can anybody tell me what that tattoo mean and how this nigga eat it up on the porn site? Whose husbands are these? Whose boyfriends are these on this freaking site? I am so... Look at this nigga, bro. This nigga 80. Y'all. The tattoo on Diddy's back, people keep saying it that is the Haitian God that protects women and children. That is not what is on Diddy's back. That is not what is on Diddy's back. That's not. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Here's the deity that's on Diddy's back. Close but no cigars. Here is the deity that is on Diddy's back. It's the same group of deities, but the total other deity. Okay? Urzuli Frida, the homie. This is who is on Diddy's back. Okay? The heart symbol is her symbol, reflecting her attributes of love, beauty, and luxury. Okay? And like I said, it's the same group, it's the same family, but people have mistaken her with the other Urzuli that protects women and children. Now, I'm not no subject matter expert on these deities, but this is the one that people are saying is on Diddy's back. Urzuli Mansour represents maternal love and protects children from harm. I don't know who the fuck even came out with that rumor. Now, this one, Urzuli Frida, is what's actually on his back. The vain and flirty goddess of love. Her horses tend to cry tears of longing and regret. She is syncretized with Our Lady of Sorrow, which is the Virgin Mary. Now, when you're dealing with this Frida, because I tried to find the oldest source that I could find with this love deity, you have to make sacrifices to these deities. And because this is a deity that is love, there are some instances where people are sacrificing semen. I wish I was making this up. Now, there are also religions where semen is used as a sacrifice. Now, who started doing this first? I don't know. This is nothing that I've seen Americans do, but they're not dealing with American women on these sites unless some of these women are white American. I feel like the federal government pointed out this porn site so that nosy Americans like me can go look, because they know we are investigators at heart. They know we're gonna go and point. It's a bigger picture. This could be easily tracked. Who are these people on these fucking sites? Have any of these people disappeared? Are you guys using these men's semen? These black men, because the men look black American clearly. Are you using these men's semen to do rituals? Now, the 7 swords that's also associated with this particular deity that they're trying to cross with the Virgin Mary and child. When you have a deity, that they could be the same deity in multiple religious sects, but this religion is going to do something different. The Christian religion is going to do something different. So when you're dealing with 7 swords, you're dealing with murder, because you got to extract the blood, but it's